Hey y'all, welcome back to Mirror Expressions, a channel where I take the time to share a little bit of myself with you all. And I invite y'all to come on in and do the same with me. Go ahead, do me a solid, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know how you're doing by simply putting a mirror emoji in the chat if you are doing fine. And if not, as always, I encourage you to do what you must to get back to a healthier you. All right, y'all. Let's just go ahead, dive into it. We're doing Abbott Elementary today. And y'all, another great episode. I just love this show. I don't know how many times I can say that. If y'all haven't figured it out by now, I don't know what. But anyways, this one is episode 7, Attack Ad. Okay. So basically, it starts off. We see Gregory in the gym playing red light, green light with his kids when Jacob comes in. This is so funny. It didn't really have to do with the whole show overall, but y'all know how they do. So Jacob comes in and he's trying to tell him some gossip. And every time the gossip get good, Gregory's like, red light. And then when it's just like, okay, that was it. Gregory's like, green light. And then when it kind of got juicy, he was like yellow light. I just thought that was so cute or whatever. But anyway, so the premise of this episode was basically well, let me see before I get to that. So we learned that Janine is cleaning out her apartment. Apparently Tariq is coming into town and she's packing up all of his things, right? So he can go and get the rest of his ish out of her life. So fast forward to the school. And we're seeing all like the parents being mean to the teachers as they're coming in, dropping their children off. And I'm just like, what is going on, right? So I'm going to find out. One of the little boys in Jacob's class, he was just like, you know what? Keep your head up. And Jacob was like, what you talking about, right? And the little boy said, I was watching Hulu and I saw the commercial. So, of course, Jacob is like, what commercial? Y'all, it's a whole commercial ad out there. Just straight dog at Elementary, right? Talking about the school, the teachers. And I was like, oh, so Jacob, he go tell the other teachers. They're all in the break room or whatever. And he's just like, there's this commercial. Have y'all seen it? We gotta watch it. Blah, blah, blah. So they tried to put it up on the TV, but they couldn't. But in walks Ava. She just so happened to be coming in. And of course, she had it pulled up on her computer. So they sat down and watched it. And I mean, they were straight dogging everybody. They called them saying stuff and then put it in a commercial and took it out of context of how it was said. They got Janine on there. They got Melissa. They got Jacob. They got Gregory. I'm trying to think, was Ava on there? She probably was. Everybody but Barbara. I would say that. Everybody but Barbara. So the commercial was really to advertise like charter schools, this charter school called Legendary Charter Schools, right? And when it got to the part of highlighting the benefits of being at a legendary charter school, they included snippets of Barbara. Like, how did she get in that? And she's over at Abbott, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, so they all like, they got to stop. They got to do something about this. You know what I'm saying? And so next thing you know, we kind of see, Janine's classmate that we met the Halloween episode. And she comes in, and so Janine is telling her that Tariq is coming into town. He's going to stop by the apartment and get his stuff. And she was just like, you know what? Are you sure you want to do that? You don't need to do that because, that ain't good. Just had him meet you in the parking lot or whatever. So, meanwhile, Gregory, he's down the hall. he laughing it up with bad bitch or whatever. And Janine slick watching like in her feelings. And I'm just like, Janine, go on, get out your feelings. Go on, be like, Gregory, let's go out or something. Or stop flirting with the man or something. Let him know that you interested, because clearly you are. You get bothered every time you see this man talking to bad bitch or whatever. But anyway, Janine's teaching her class, right? In comes Tariq. And I'm just like, so you just roaming the school hallways? Is that what they do or whatever? So he comes in and Janae is like, what are you doing here? Like, we're supposed to meet at 12 o'clock in the parking lot. And he was just like, I just want to come early. I had to come see my A1s, talking about the kids. And they're all excited because remember, he had come to do his little rap with them when they were doing the Kids Against Drug thing. You know what I'm saying? And so she ends up letting him stay. He started complimenting her skirt that she had on. So yeah, so she let him stay. And you could tell she was just kind of like, oh, okay. Because she started grinning and like she was liking it. Apparently, you could tell she was probably starting to miss little things about him. Like, it's easy to kind of think about all the good things you like about somebody versus all the reasons why y'all really aren't a good fit when you've just kind of recently broken up and you're really missing them. So I think that's probably the space she's in. So when he complimented her about this skirt, it was just, oh, well, yeah, you can stay. That was the ugliest skirt. That skirt. He talking about, it reminds me of Candyland. But anyway, y'all. So, oh, y'all, my cheeks hurt already. Anyway, Melissa ends up, saying that she got an attorney that can help them with the whole commercial issue. So, the attorney comes in, right? And they're all in the break room, but Jacob isn't there yet. So when he comes in, he calls himself telling the group, well, there's going to be an attorney coming later. Real soon, blah, blah, blah. And y'all, the attorney was like, I am the attorney. So it was a woman, right? Jacob was expecting a man. There you go. Well, I love women attorneys. Aaron Brockovich and I said the dog on Jacob stayed, put his foot in his mouth. But anyway, so the attorney ended up, I think she's supposed to be like a distant cousin of Melissa or something. But she was just like, okay, I feel like y'all have a good case. You know what I'm saying? She was like, so they did trespass, right? And they was like, oh, no, I allowed them to come in. So then she was like, okay, well, they used your likeness without your consent, right? And then Janine pulls out this piece of paper and said, well, they did have us sign this release. So then she was like, well, they misrepresented what y'all were doing, right? And Gregory said, well, they did say they would get footage of us. I said, oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. It ain't no hope for them. Ain't no hope. So Candace was pretty much like, well, y'all ain't got no case. And really, y'all probably gonna end up having to owe them, each of y'all, for crew fees. I said, well, this is a hot mess. Anyway, then Bob gonna say, so what you trying to tell me is that we're gonna have to sit here and watch this commercial forever. We're gonna have to see this on our TVs forever. Here go Candace, the attorney, talking about, so, well, you can't get a Hulu prescription without commercials. Oh goodness. I was just like, oh wait. Anyway, out of the parking lot, Janine, she's giving Tariq his stuff, right, out of the back of her trunk. And he starts to compliment her again. And so apparently this is her love language, because she is just eating it up, right? She's just eating it up. So then he asks, can he take her out to dinner? Like, just to finish their conversation over dinner. Because at one point he had told her, I'm about to play for Nick Cannon's next baby shower. Oh, the shade, the shade. So he was just like, we can continue to catch up over dinner. So she really started smiling after he started complimenting her, just the thought of going to dinner. So, she ended up agreeing or whatnot. So next thing we see is Melissa. She came into the break room talking about, I know who's the culprit. I know who's behind this commercial, who's with this legendary school. So she ends up saying, well, first Barbara's like, how you know? How you find out? She talking about she just got her ways. But in actuality, all she did was just Google it. Anyway. So she ended up saying the guy's name. It was like Draymond somebody. I don't know. I just know Draymond. Okay, we gonna say Draymond. And y'all, I don't know if y'all caught that look on Barbara's face. I said, oh, she knows him. She knows him. It was speaking volumes. So then somebody said, so how do we find this guy? I think that was Jacob asked the question. So Melissa and Ava were like, let's find his grandmother. And I think one said the grandmother, one said the mother. I think that's how it went. But anyway, so I'm just gonna tell you, when they said that combined with Barbara's look, I said I bet Barbara is gonna end up being in my related to him some kind of way. That's what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? But we find out later on that's not true. But that's what I was thinking in that moment. But anyway, all of a sudden, Barbara said, well, I think we should just let things go. And so Melissa calls her out on it. She was like, why all of a sudden the change, and Barbara was just like, when they go low, we should go high, by bringing attention to it, trying to fight it. We're just going to be bringing more attention to the commercial, right? So Jacob was like, but they made us look bad. Here go Melissa. Well, not all of us. And then go point at Barbara. I said, oh, wait. Because remember, the commercial highlighted her in a good light. They had her over there with the legendary school. So, anyway. we see Gregory. He's out there working in the school garden or whatever. And Tariq is passing by. And so he speaks to him. Tariq speaks to Gregory. And Gregory all of a sudden tried to hide the fact that he was working in the garden, like he wasn't trying to act like he wasn't getting any real enjoyment out of it. And we all know he liked working in the garden. But anyway, wait, Tariq ended up calling him weird. And I'm thinking, like, dude, you weird. So Gregory, asked Tariq, like, what are you doing here? And Tariq, he was just like, yeah, I'm about to grab some din with Nene and the and I'm like, yeah, you call Gregory weird, and here you are, yum yum and the Nene and the din and too much. Anyway, so he goes on to tell him. Well, at first Gregory was like, oh, so y'all hanging out now? And he's like, yeah, we might catch a movie and take it back to the house a little later on and just chill. And so then he turned around and asked Gregory, do you know what her favorite movie is? And Gregory's like, do you not know? I'm like, yeah, that was your girlfriend. Like, dude, oh my goodness. There you go. Yeah, I think it's like Up or Us or something with a Oh, goodness. Oh, child. Anyway, meanwhile, Jacob all in his classroom. Y'all know how he do. He up there trying to joke with his kids about how they're Ghana, as in Africa, how they're Ghana. Be talking about Africa in the upcoming week. I was like, great, Jacob, give it a rest. Give it a rest. And so Ava walks in talking about one of his kids is about to be pulled to get transferred to another school. So apparently a lot of the kids are being pulled out of Abbott and transferring to other schools because of this commercial or whatever. So Melissa and Jacob, they're in the break room watching the commercial again when Ava walks in. And Melissa's just like, you know what? We need to give him a call. Right? And so Jacob ends up calling. Raymond picks up. But see, he wasn't expecting him to pick up. He thought he was gonna catch a voicemail and leave him a little nice nasty one. But Draymond picks up, and so Jacob was just like, if you want to stop hiding and come on down, then you come on down and all this, right? He tried to talk basically all big and bad. And so Draymond basically said, yeah, I'll be there today. He wasn't expecting that either. So then apparently, like, we couldn't really hear what Draymond was saying. Well, of course, we could only hear Jacob's side of the conversation. So then Draymond apparently started complimenting his voice or whatnot. And so all of a sudden, Jacob's whole attitude changed. Yeah, oh really? No, I've never done any voice acting. Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness. So when he gets off the phone, then Ava was just like, what'd he say? What'd he say? And he don't tell them. He says, I should do some voice acting and all this. And they were like, nah, fool, what he say about the school? Yeah, I just say, oh my goodness, I thought that was so funny. But then he ended up saying that he did sound handsome. And here go Ava, you know, she loves her good looking man. I'm talking about some, a twist. So Gregory is up going to Janine's classroom or whatever. He's telling her how he ran into Tariq. And so she was like, yeah, they're going to dinner just to catch up. And Gregory's like, you know, I think he feels like it's more than dinner, so you might want to reconsider. Janine was like, well, that's all it is, but it's none of your business, friend. I said, oh, a little touchy much, you know. Janine's still in her feelings about Gregory talking and getting a good kiki with bad bitch over there. But anyway, I just said awkward. So Gregory just politely turned around and walked over at the classroom. So Melissa, Ava, and Jacob, they in the office, right? They're waiting on Draymond to come. He walks up. I will say he is very handsome. And so, y'all, Ava play all dang old day. So the guy stuck his hand out right to shake hers. And she gonna put hers down there to shake and then bring it back like, sight. Y'all know how you do. I said, this woman play all doggone day. Anyway, so he starts to say, you know, how the school still look and smell the same. And so he went on to let them know that he used to attend the school or whatever, right? And so as soon as he sees Barbara, you know, like she was just standing off talking to another student. She wasn't like immediately in this little circle with them. He was just like, oh, that's the greatest teacher I've ever had. You know, kind of find out he was in Barbara's very first class. And he was apparently, you know, going through a lot as a child. And so Melissa and Ava is like telling Barbara, you know, you need to kind of rethink things because he's trying to shut down Abbott. So, you know, she kind of mulling that over or whatever. So meanwhile, Jacob and Draymond, they walking down the hallway. Draymond is trying to convince Jacob that Brandon Abbott, as one of the legendary charter schools, it's the best route to go. While a student is walking back, talking about some legendary schools. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. I was just like, who are these writers? How did they come up with this stuff? But anyway, so meanwhile, Melissa and Ava, they end up both walking up on Jacob and Draymond. And he starts singing Barbara's, he starts singing her praises, right? How good of a teacher she is, how much he meant to her, she meant to him, and yada, yada, yada. And the whole time, though, he turned down Abbott, though, as a school. And so Barbara overhears him, and she's like, Draymond, to my class right now, ASAP. So he stood up and he went on down to the classroom or whatever. And so we see Janine. She's talking to the camera. Y'all know how they do. So she's just kind of saying how she and Tariq are going to Bahama Breeze, talking about it's good to be able to shoot the breeze at the breeze. Oh, goodness. It's good to be able to shoot the breeze at the breeze. All while she's trying to scrub this picture that he done drew on one of the students' desks of him and her in permanent marker. I said, oh, my goodness. And she ends up getting this phone call from him, or he left a voice message or something. And it said that she was going to need to pick him up and then let her know that he also ate half of her lunch. So he's still looking at her to take care and do everything for him. And so she just kind of said that served as a reminder as to why they broke up. And I'm thinking like, good girl, because he still ain't doing ish with his life. He's still mooching. I say that. So Barbara said, she's talking to Draymond. She says, I'm glad to see that you succeeded, but, you cannot come in and blame the public schools for your problems that you had as a young child. Because he was just like, he had a very good experience in Barbara's class, but after that, he got shuffled around, and it wasn't until he got to a charter school that things began to get better for him. And so she's just basically like, you can't blame public schools for your problem. And so he was like, I'm just trying to make things better for all the Barbara Howards of the world. And Barbara was just like, you're not making things better. What you're doing is you're hurting teachers like me. So we see Janine. She break her plans with Tariq or whatever. Always to find out this fool got another girlfriend already. Like, why are you going out with her and then trying to make her take care of everything? Drawing little pictures of y'all on the desk. And I said, if they had gone out to dinner, he would have made her pay for dinner. But anyway, Gregory kind of comes out and he overheard the conversation with her breaking things off with Tariq. And so, come to find out, she was just like, yeah, not going to movies. I think I'm just going to go home we're not going to dinner. I think I'm just going to sit at home and watch a movie. And Gregory was just like, let me guess, Jumanji. And she was like, yeah, it's only my favorite. Catch that. So he really does know what her favorite movie is. Anyway, we see Draymond. He said he has decided to remove the commercial or whatever. But then he still has plans to take over Abbott as a legendary charter school. And I don't think he let them know that, So they're all excited that he's just taking down the commercial. But anyway, he's still gonna try to plan to take over the school. At the very end, y'all know we always get a little snippet of something. So we get Tariq talking to us, and he's just basically telling us everything that he's been doing since he and Janine broke up and he moved. And one of them includes this commercial jingle. And as you can guess, legendary school. Dun, 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 hey. Anyway, y'all, that was it. That's all I get. Oh my gosh. November is Epilepsy Awareness Month. Get your facts. Know what to do if you see somebody having seizures. Educate yourselves. Find an organization to support. And as always, I'll pray for you all. Y'all, please pray for me. And what? Bye, y'all.